up their way.
I'm Janice Hallman. I'm here with the Compassionate Friends. I have my co-workers, co-hosts, Sean Beer and No Doubt of the Good Karma Band.
Hi.
And I'm here to tell you about the Compassionate Friends, and they're here to help me, so I'm not by myself. The Compassionate Friends is a group. It started out as a group that people that have lost their children, but it expands to siblings and other aunts and uncles and cousins and other people, and it's for a loss. And every loss is different for everybody. Everybody grieves in a different way. But what this group does is it gives you a place that you can go and talk to people in your grief, and you're not by yourself. We just had our meeting last week for the Compassionate Friends at the hospital, and we had 2 brand new people come in. And it's just a group that they know what you've gone through. They can tell you what they've been through. And when I started this show, my nephew and Sean decided that they would come help me. Mm-hmm. So I wasn't by myself. So that's what I appreciated. And the Compassionate Friends meets at the Salem Hospital, Building D, and we're in the diabetic kitchen. And we start at 6:30 and we go till 8. And it's every 3rd Tuesday of the month. And this next month in December was it the 11th, we have our candle lighting ceremony at the Capitol steps, and everyone is invited it, and the time is from 6 o'clock is sign in, and then at 7 is usually when they start the program and light the candles, and it usually goes till about 8. So I just wanted to give you those dates. So my daughter Katrina brought me here, and I've also lost 2 sisters, a mom, a nephew, and I will let Sean say who he lost and who brought him here.
Well, thank you for having me here. I absolutely love what the Compassionate Friends do for people. I find out more and more about them all the time. They're scattered all over the place, pretty much.
Yep.
Is it just the West?
No, they're everywhere.
Central to West, or is it all over the United States?
It's all over the United States.
And I know just in Oregon alone, they're everywhere.
Yep.
I know there's some in there's one in Albany, Salem, Eugene, Portland. I don't know how many there are in Portland, if there's more than one, but it's an amazing thing. I've lost some family, and I've lost quite a few friends that I grew up with, went to school with, and it's really hard. And it's really hard to find a way to grieve. Everybody, like you said, everybody grieves differently. But that doesn't always make it easy. And just because some people seem like they're going through it okay, just because it seems like they're skating through it doesn't mean that they're not grieving.
Right.
Because some people won't even show that they're grieving.
Right.
They just grieve in different ways. And the Compassionate Friends is it's a really good network of people that understand each other and that can help you find different ways of grieving. I've had a lot of friends. I talk with people about the Compassionate Friends because we're doing this program for them, and I've actually heard from several that they have attended meetings and talked to people about grieving. People that have lost newborns and having what's it called when you lose a baby before it's born? Miscarriage, yeah. Miscarriages are also a really hard thing for people to overcome because the women, they're carrying the life in them and they bond with that life, and when they lose it, it's really hard. And so some of my friends have experienced that and have
Right.
communicated with compassionate friends about it, and they say that it's really helping them out. But eventually, as they need it, they
Right.
will be with the group more. But you don't. It's not something you have to rush into. It's not something that you feel you have to do. But the compassionate friends has an open door there
Right.
for you to go. I just recently found out. Actually, I heard last week of more people that I knew that actually go to compassionate friends. It's like, wow,
Oh.
it's a small world. It really
Yeah.
is. And you ready?
No, you don't.
I can be done.
I asked you first.
Anyway, thank
Now,
you.
boys.
Love you, man.
Love you too, man.
Well, welcome to the Compassionate Friends Show, Salem chapter. I'm No Doubt, Good Karma Band, and what brought me here is this month is the anniversary deaths of a lot of loss, and a lot of them happened in this month. And on top of that, I just recently had another loss. So
Last week?
it's only been 6 days, hasn't even been a week. So, anyways, I just it's tough,
Yep.
and that's what brought me here, and also to help my aunt. And thank you for the opportunity to get in here and help you and help spread the word of there's people out there to help you get through your loss and your grief and building up inside. It's not a good thing. I mean, being asked how are you and this and that helps, gets out, because I have people say sorry and this and that, and sometimes that can get a little irritating because you hurt so much, but in a way it's helping you release too. But yeah, it's pretty tough. And this one, I was letting some tears out when you tried to call me, and you're like, "You're sounding sick," and I'm like, "No, I'm not sick." And I shouldn't have answered the phone, but anyways, I can't not answer the phone when you call. But so anyways, that's what brought me here, and so I've had some tough times this last few weeks here, and yes, there is over 700 chapters of the Compassionate Friends around the world. There are over 60 countries, I believe.
Oh, wow.
And also, they're doing virtual reality grieving chat, and you can make your own too. So you can look on the main page, and it'll show you how to hook up and get your own chat going if you'd like, or you can even start your own chapter in your own area.
That's right.
Because they just recently added 100 chapters in this last year since we've been doing our show. So I'm really proud of that and proud of them. And like I said, they're not professionals. They're just people that have been through it. And like the reminder of the story of back in '69, a preacher and his wife had the loss of their child. And so what they had gone through, there were some other people at their church that lost their child, so they went to go and help them, and they ended up helping 2 people that night because there was 2 stillborns, and so that's what started it. And that's, like you mentioned also, that's awesome that they've expanded it to grandparents, siblings, mother or father, and because it's tough, and some people don't have people out there, and and today I'll be sharing a song I wrote a couple years ago, and it'll be my way of releasing some of my grief. Although I have cried, I ain't scared, I'll tell. But I cried more for my loss of Chloe than I did my dad, and that's sad. But it's just that I have that closer bond.
Right.
So it's like, I mean, and I know that they don't see animals as a loss but it's for children, but that, to me, that is my child.
Right.
That
I agree with you.
is my child. I mean, they're all grown up, and so it's like, to me, that's what it was, and so it's more like, I feel like now I am going through that. I had 6 years of good memories and blah blah blah, and it's hard. And like I said earlier, that it sometimes when people say sorry, it bugs me.
Mm-hmm.
And so I can just imagine how somebody that lost their own child, or even one without, how tough that would be to deal with that.
Well, when we start our group and we had 2 new people come to our group, the first words out of Janie's mouth were, "We are sorry that you're here, but we're glad you're here."
Yeah.
And we just acknowledge that it is there. But it's important to know that on the newsletter, if you get the newsletter and the list, there's 4 or 5 people of all different losses, and there's a number that you can call, and that's important, that you can call them anytime.
Yeah,
And
anytime.
that's what's
Anytime.
important, is if they don't care if it's 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, they don't care. They want you to know that you can do that, and that's important that you
Agreed.
know it.
Yeah, it's pretty.
And I personally, it's hard for me when I hear the infant losses. It's hard for me because I had 34 years with my daughter.
Yeah.
And years with my sister and my mom. I had lots of years, and so I have lots of memories. But for those that don't have anything, and we recently just heard of a loss in our family, and it is hard to know that they're going through that. But want to know that you're not alone. That's what we want to let you know, is that you're not alone.
You're not alone.
It's really easy to find the phone number and contact
Yep.
information for the Compassionate Friends. You can either go to compassionatefriends.com.
Or just Google.
I Google the Compassionate Friends Salem chapter, and
Yep.
it comes right up on the screen.
or chapter in your area.
Type in Compassionate Friends
Or you can do the national one too.
Facebook. You
Yeah.
can go to Good Karma Band
Yep.
Facebook, and the Compassionate Friends is posted on the top of the page all the time.
Yep,
up
all the
there.
time, and usually have the show pinned up there too,
Yeah, the shows will be pinned up there. This show will be pinned
so you
up
can
there.
get the information from that if you need it.
Yeah. But yeah, music can really bring out emotion
It
too.
can.
Music can speak a lot. I noticed that the Compassionate Friends, they will bring out a little radio.
Yep.
And they play a little CD in there. And every time I hear that song, tears just start rolling.
But that's healthy, so it's okay.
Help release them. Yeah.
And then when you look around, you see everybody else is feeling the same
Right.
same thing, and no one's judging. No one's there to laugh.
And
at you.
everybody has a different loss, but it's the months, it's the dates that you lose them, it's their birthdays, there's the date of their birth, there's the date of their death, and all of those are triggers. And it is hard,
November's a trigger.
especially during the holidays.
It's a hard one. It was hard
But
for me too.
some people I've heard, and they lose their child in their birth month. I didn't do that. She didn't die in her birth month. So
Seems like a lot of the losses I've had, it's always been like 2 weeks after their birthday.
yeah,
It's really sad.
Wow.
it is. It's hard.
So it
you
makes it
just
tough,
have
but
to
it's kind of
remember.
nice because they're close together, but
Right.
still it's, still got 3 different dates.
Yeah.
Your
Right.
their birthday, their
Right.
death date, and then
And it's only been a couple of years for you since you lost your dad. So it hasn't been very long. And that's what a lot of people think, that you get over it right away, but you don't ever get over it.
No.
You just learn a different method. But our
different coping skills.
group, what they want you to know is they want you to know that they are thinking about you, and they want you to know that there is hope out there,
Yeah.
and you don't feel alone, because you're not alone.
Right.
There's other people in the same boat that you are, and that's what they want you to know, is that there's
Sometimes it's hard to believe that there's
Right.
other people in the same boat close to you, but there are. And
That's true.
I want to come back to that song you were talking about that you wrote for your dad.
Yeah, the one with no lyrics.
There's a reason there's no lyrics to that
Well,
song.
there's one.
Well, yeah, there's one, but we found a way to show, instead of singing the lyrics in a song, we show the real emotion.
Yeah.
So you can get all the meaning out of this song just by seeing the emotion put into it.
I think we've only probably done it 3 times.
And it's probably been rare to do it on
Yeah, very rare.
camera. So
Yeah, very rare.
this is a pretty good opportunity for people to experience that with us.
Yeah, because I think the only other time I've played it is at the GKB Summerfest
Yeah.
in 2013.
And then, yeah, we haven't played it in so long because it's a really hard song to play.
It is. It's really hard, but
Because you have to dig up.
I've been practicing. I've been practicing,
Oh no.
so it should. You should be able to harmonize with it good. Keep it
It's
simple.
easier. Okay.
All right, are we ready for a poem?
Yes, we are.
All
It's
right, it's poem
Angels
time, people.
Among Us.
Yay!
Angels among us. Our angels are among us. We see them every day. In all the forms that God created, they are with us along life's way. We see them in the sunrise that brightens and warms our soul. We feel them in the summer breeze that chases away our cold. They are there among the flowers, their sweet scent of memory of love. Their sweet scent, a memory of love. They soar with the eagles as they fly so high above. The night will find them in the stars, lighting our path below, and even in our dreams, their presence we still know. As the snow melts with the sun and spring flowers peek through their beds, they come on the wings of butterflies and flutter about our heads. They are telling us they are with us and will be forevermore until it's time for us to meet again as we pass through heaven's door. And this is by Jacqueline M. Comics, reprinted, copyright 2001 by permission of the author.
Good poem, Jacqueline.
Yeah.
I like
And
Jacqueline,
we
really
have
nice.
a newsletter that comes out, and it has a lot of when meetings are and things. And you can go to your local chapter and get it. You can have it mailed to you. You can have it emailed to you. And I have mine emailed so I get all the color things.
She was so proud of that. She showed me. I got
It's
the
all
whole printout
colored.
this month. It's
It's all colored. Yay!
Now we just need to get you photo paper and get it printed on photo paper.
Yeah.
Well, I could have done that. I didn't think about it.
Well, you get them once a month. You know, you get it once a
Yeah,
month.
you get it. Yeah. Once
So-
a month. No, you get it 2 months. It's November and December.
Oh, okay, so every 2
So
months.
the next
then.
one will be January and February.
Okay, all right. Well, just to, because I wanted to, to at least share some coping skill of how I've dealt with a loss, and that is that I always think of, when I'm feeling down or sad, I think of a good memory, or maybe someone else I know will share a good memory and have a good laugh.
That
And
always
then,
helps me.
but if I feel like I'm going to cry, I'm going to cry.
Right.
So
We want you to cry.
happens.
It's healing.
Yeah, you can tell. It
Yeah.
just builds up, and there's nothing you can do about it. It just happens. But I don't really tend to do that too much. But
I don't either.
like I say, when you lose something real super close like that, like a child, it does come out. But and also I choose to I get it out through music. So so that's what I'm going to be doing for you this month.
Of course, you don't
2
have
weeks.
you don't have to cry right away, and you don't have to feel bad that you don't cry.
Yeah.
But
Everybody does it
Yeah,
different.
because sometimes I
Everybody's
don't,
different.
and sometimes I do. So that's to make that clear. That
And then there might
it's okay if you
always-
don't.
Then there might be that time where you just
Yeah.
You can't do nothing but.
down.
In my case, there was just so many of them, and somebody had to be the
that's-
one that didn't. I'm the one that got up and talked
Yeah.
for everybody that passed away.
Yeah. So
and
you had
I
to be
was
the strong
only,
one
Yeah,
and
and I was.
very-
Yeah, me too. I did the same thing.
Except at Mom's memorial, she kept the roses kept falling over. So I was like,
They didn't when I was talking.
yeah.
But
That's
yeah,
true.
no, same way for me too. It's just like, because
It's
we
hard.
have all, you're my aunt, so
Well, it was really hard when going to your dad's when your mom got up because I just
Yeah.
wanted to be with her and I just wanted to hold her up, and she was crying when she
Yep.
was giving her.
she had a lot of support there,
Yeah.
though.
Yeah,
Lot of
but it's
support.
all right to cry.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
healing, laughter, and and
Yeah.
crying are healing to you.
Yeah.
You don't ever get over it, but it helps you to cope.
Yeah, I mean,
And
I had
people
some
look at you
personal.
like you're crazy, but we laugh all the time and think it's funny. So
Yeah, people
Yeah.
will tell you time heals all wounds and all that stuff. It's always going to be there,
Yeah.
but there is
The minute
grieving,
you bring it up on the memory bank.
and it does get easier.
yes, it gets easier. It's been next month there'll be 11 years for me. So
Wow.
it's been 10 years, and this month, November 1st, it was 12 years for losing my oldest sister. So I still miss her and I still think about her, but it's not as fresh as. But when I see her grandchildren and her great grandchildren, I just think, I still miss her.
Of course.
So that's what part of it is. But like you said, everybody has to grieve in their own way.
Yep.
But it
Yeah,
doesn't
you
hurt
must
to
grieve in
cry,
your own way. So
and it
and it's
doesn't
okay.
hurt to laugh.
Yeah.
And one
Laughing's
time we
good.
had something where we laughed and people thought we were kind of goofy, but they don't understand that.
yeah, no, a funny
Sometimes you
story.
have to.
Yeah, it's just to knock the edge off, so you're not feeling so down. I mean,
Right.
because
Yeah.
let's face it, being angry and even crying all the time is not really good for you. I mean, it's okay to cry, but just not all the time,
Right.
because that'll put you into depression.
When I went to
But laughing, have you ever heard anybody getting down or, committing suicide when they can't stop laughing? No. So I tend to lean towards laughing as being really good. But
that's a really hard.
'cause it changes your whole vital signs.
Right.
When I was at my great grandfather's funeral, it was an open casket. The family all got together, and instead of crying and mourning, we were all telling jokes, getting along, and having a good time. And his son, which is my grandpa, pulled me aside and he goes, I think he would have wanted it this way.
Yep.
He would have wanted us to celebrate his life, and to not think bad thoughts about him, and not to grieve and have him make us feel bad. But the fact, it felt like he was included in that.
Right.
But I'll let you do what you need to do.
Yeah.
Well,
Looks like it's getting close to
at
that
my
time.
grandpa's, my grandpa I went and I looked at him and I wanted to shake him and say, get up, because that looked just like he was sleeping. And my uncle come up to me and he said, don't cry.
Oh.
And you don't do that to a 12 or 13-year-old person.
Mm-hmm.
No.
So yes, we're getting ready. Remember, our candle lighting is next month, and we will see you. So everybody say bye.
Bye.
See you next month.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Petey. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Petey. Happy birthday, Petey. Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
It was Captain Petey's birthday, and we celebrated it with a cherry pie yesterday
Oh, cherry pie.
and some cheesecake
Oh, you're kidding. And cheesecake?
and
Oh,
2
man.
pounds of spaghetti
Oh, my goodness.
for him.
Holy smokes, you were whistling Dixie there.
That was just for him.
Wow.
He ate it all. Wow. We had to eat top ramen. Hello,
Hello.
hello,
Hello.
hello, hello. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to me.
Birthday to me.
Hello,
Hello.
hello, toes.
They're huge.
My PJs are all ripped and stitched and sewed. Days go one at a time, they go and go with mine. Emotions run high, I can't say what am I. Listening to
Back,
the life to have,
life to have.
a life not wanted in my head. Days go one at a time, they go and go with mine. Emotions run high, I can't say what am I. Popularity
Well, it's like 1,000 roses. 1,000 roses.
It's there one day and then no one notices. Days go one at a time, they go and go with mine. Emotions run high, I can't say what am I.
Friends are playing hard to get.
Hard to get.
I guess it'll be okay, but not.
Yeah! Days go one at a time, they go and go with mine. Emotions run high, I can't say what am I.
What am I?
What am I?
What am I?
What am I?
What am
I? What am I?
What am
What am I? What am There's somebody rooting in the background going, "Go PD, blowing breakers!"
Broke another bro. The moon will rise again. I hope you'll be waiting for me, my friend. Up there, way high in the sky, I can see you with my eyes.